I am talking about menopause and how it affects our skin as we get older. Now, I am the grand old age of 49, and I think I have noticed definitely as I've gone through the menopause, I went through the menopause probably 2 or 3 years ago now, that my skin has definitely started to look a little bit older. I'm getting finer lines that I can see appearing, but there are things that we can do to correct that. I mean, just go for a full facelift, why not? But no, I mean, joking aside, there are things that we can do that help us keep a healthy skin and a healthy glow. So there's so much doom and gloom out there, particularly sponsored by skincare companies. Now, I do use a moisturiser that is for older skin. However, I don't necessarily stay loyal to any one product in particular. And despite all the claims that they all share, I don't think any of them actually make that much difference personally. You may have found the secret one for you. I think if I had to say one above everyone, all of them that I use and that I really like, it's Shiseido. I think it's a superb brand. I'm not affiliated with them at all. Not many people use it. It's just it's something that I find moisturizes very well. However, I think the moisture the cream that you put on is the least important aspect of it. So as we go through the menopause, obviously our estrogen levels drop, our progesterone levels drop, everything starts to drop, droop, drift downwards, southwards. But I shouldn't joke, I know it's not that funny. And as a result of that, it affects our elastin levels, it affects our collagen. Collagen actually produces collagen. So as we're going through the menopause, our hormones fall, which slows down our collagen production. And obviously because our collagen production has been slowed down, we're not creating as much new collagen either. So it kind of has like this cumulative effect. So it really is important to, if you want to try and sort of keep as young looking as possible. Thank you for those hearts, guys. That's really cool. Yeah, coconut oil. Well, yeah, Jill, that's so cool. I use coconut oil sometimes too. And in fact, I have got I'm going to share what I use as my face wash, because I think having an oil-based face wash is key to not stripping your skin of all the stuff. Oh, it's so nice to see you on here. I'm coming back into our free group live in a minute as well. I had to get this done first. Oh, it's been a very busy day, and my computer is just driving me nuts. I'm surprised it's still in one piece because I've very nearly thrown it on the bonfire several times today. But anyhow, back to menopause and skin. Stress is not good for our skin, people, so we need to zen out. But okay, go back to the hormones. As they fall, we don't produce as much collagen. The elastin, which is another protein in our skin, that falls off as well. And in fact, collagen is responsible for about 70% or 75% of the protein in our skin. Now, I don't know if you know already that the skin is our largest organ of the body. What we put on our skin actually gets absorbed into our body. But of course, our skin has several layers. So this stuff that we see on the outside here, that's pretty much the dead stuff, like our hair, all this stuff. This is the dead stuff. It's the bit in the follicle that's still alive. So I'm a great proponent of, if you feed your body well, if you stay well hydrated, if you do healthy things in your life, you're going to have better skin. Now, I do not wear makeup. I've got some mascara on. I've got Lipsul on. That's it. I've got Carmex. It's not a posh Lipsul or anything. It's just Carmex. Look, I have not got any makeup or foundation on at all. I don't wear it. I can't stand the feel of it. But I don't want you to think that I'm coming on here talking about skin as a 49-year-old woman having stuck a load of stuff on, because I haven't. This is my skin, and I think it's really important that we plump it out from the inside in order to maximise how we look, because I don't think any of us really want to look wizened up and old. And so there are certain things that you can do. I mean, one of the melatonin, there's a lot of scientific evidence pointing to melatonin and how it actually protects our skin and helps the skin cells to regenerate. Melatonin is pretty much known as our sleep hormone, and actually while we're asleep, that's when we make the most amount of melatonin. But it's also been really, really important as an antioxidant to help to protect our skin from free radicals. And oxygen, like, you know, if you see a piece of metal in the oxygen in the outside air, eventually that rusts. That's oxidative stress. Well, the same thing happens to our DNA, our skin cells. We are exposed to the oxygen all the time, and while it's vital for us to survive, it also creates oxidative, I can't say that word, oxidative stress. And the free radicals are what sort of munch away at our skin. Now, I am an absolute sun worshipper. I love, 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 love the sunshine. In fact, probably this last summer is the first time I've actually not been somewhere really hot for my summer holidays. And I don't wear sun protection. I know I should. And a lot of you are going to say, well, you're probably going to get skin cancer. My skin is quite good in the sun. I don't lie out in it and bake. I'm just outdoors a lot. And do you know what? If I was in somewhere like, if I was like scuba diving or snorkeling in the Indian Ocean, I would definitely wear sun protection. But there is so much stuff out there, again, about how sunscreen is actually really bad for our skin as well. So that's a separate session. I don't want to go into that because I don't know enough about it. All I know is that I've read lots of stuff, and for me to actually talk about it with an opinion, I haven't done enough reading on it yet. So maybe I'll come around and do that one day for one of my Wellness Wednesdays when the sun comes back to England. Feels a long way off at the moment. So yeah, so melatonin, make sure that you are sleeping well, because then that's going to help your skin to fight the free radicals from the sun, from the oxygen, and also from our metabolic processes. Just being alive creates structural damage within our bodies. So also avoid fragranced cleansers and highly fragranced anything actually on your skin. Now, while we're on that, I'll just explain what I do for my facial. It's very, very basic. I use honey. I use normally almond oil. If I've run out of almond oil, I use olive oil or coconut oil. And I basically use I just blend it up in a jar. Normally 3 good scoops of honey, raw honey. So, because raw honey's got antibacterial properties, it's anti-inflammatory, really, really good for us. If you're like me and you wash your face, and somehow I always leave my mouth open, brush your teeth after you've washed your face if you have honey in your face wash. But it's a combination. It's about half and half of oil and honey. But I also add a little bit of neem powder. Now, neem powder, Neem, it's really fine, but it acts as like a very, very fine exfoliant. So I will use that on the main part of my face, and then I have another little tub that I use of just honey and oil that I use on my eyes. And then literally all I do is rinse that off, and that's it. Then I put my moisturiser on. And actually, do you know what? If I've not been outdoors or if I've not been in the sun much, I don't really think actually I need a moisturiser. Again, you've got, depending on how dry your skin is. I've never had oily skin, but I tend not to get dry skin either, so I think it's fairly well balanced. As we get older and go through the menopause, we also lose our ability to produce sebum. So the oil that are, you know, like you get the T-zone, that's where you tend to produce more sebum, and that falls off as well as we go through the menopause. So as well as us losing our collagen and our elastin, such a bunch of joyous things that we lose as everything tracks south. We also reduce the amount of sebum we make, and we also have a fall off of the amount of fat that's under our skin, so it gets thinner and we look more gaunt, and can make you look really old. So keep well hydrated is my next tip. Drink lots and lots of water. Ideal hydration, ideally you want to weigh yourself in pounds, divide that in 2, and the answer is the amount of fluid ounces of water you should be drinking as a minimum every day. If you're menopausal, got a lot of hot flushes, you probably want to up that water. If you work out a lot, if you live in a hot climate, if you've got a heavy job, you probably want to up that amount of water too. But hey, Nay, lovely to see you. Hey, Coral, nice to see you as well. So, you know, it's just it's a matter of staying well hydrated. If our body is dehydrated, of course, the cells of our skin are also going to be affected. I think people forget that our skin is such an alive organ. I think they think, yes, it's a protective barrier, thank goodness, but it's just as important as everything that happens underneath the layers of skin as well. So if we're hydrating well, if we're eating a healthy diet full of, a mixture of different coloured fruits and lots of vegetables, trying to steer away too much from too much meat, because that makes us acidic in our bodies. But fruits and vegetables tend to make us more alkaline. So you want lots of fruits and vegetables full of antioxidants, and fibre keeps things moving. And if you're keeping things moving, then you're not going to be bunged up and toxifying your body. That's really, really important too. The best vitamins for our skin health are vitamin C, vitamin E, vitamin K, and vitamin D. Vitamin D, get outside in the sunshine. I've just been out for my walk with my dogs. Yes, it was a bit late. It's pitch black here now. But ideally, I try and get out around sort of midday, between midday and 2 p.m, because that's obviously when the sun's highest in the sky. And you don't have to even have like bright sunlight on your skin. If you can, even better. But we are still synthesizing the vitamin D from the ultraviolet light when we're out in bright sunlight. So anything is better than nothing. I saw a figure as about 77% of people in America are vitamin D deficient. And vitamin D, it's not just good for your skin, it's good for your mental health, it's good for your bones. I wrote a really large article on vitamin D. I went into it in a lot of detail. Things like cancer, Alzheimer's, heart disease. Really and truly, you want to make sure you've got sufficient vitamin D. You can get it tested at the doctors, and then if you are vitamin D deficient, it's a good one to make sure that you have a supplement just in case, because it has such an impact on so many other aspects of your health, but also your skin. You want to be making sure you eat a diet full of omega-3s. We tend to eat too many omega-6s and not sufficient omega-3s. So things like, healthy fats. Healthy fats are so vital for us. So things like salmon, eggs, trying to think, vitamin D, mushrooms, more about the omega-3s, salmon, anchovies, mackerel, oysters, shellfish on the whole, caviar, things like that are really high in vitamin. What was I talking about? Which one? Not vitamin D. Omega-3s. I knew I was talking about something, brain fog. But we need to eat more omega-3s. We tend not to have enough of them. So that's something to focus on. Chia seeds as well. If you're vegan, chia seeds have the highest non-meat quantity of omega-3, ratio of omega-3s. They are not quite as effective as the omega-3s that you get from animal sources, but they are extremely good for you. So make sure, if you're vegan, that you're getting plenty of chia seeds. I have chia seeds every day in my daily superfood shake. It is also fortified. It's got all sorts of vitamins and things in it, but and berries and adaptogen herbs and stuff. Since I've been drinking that, for me, at winter time, my nails always used to flake, and I don't get any flaky nails now. My hair, I've never had really thick hair, but for me, this is quite thick. This is thicker than I've ever had it. So, when you're eating healthily and when you're taking the right nutrients in, you are going to manage the menopausal years better. Absolutely, for sure, hands down. I do also take collagen as a supplement. I only started taking it recently, and I do notice a difference how my body feels. Obviously, collagen is important for our bones, our joints, because obviously I work out every day. I want to make sure that my joints are in really tip-top condition. So I do take a daily collagen powder. The other thing to remember with collagen is that you need to have one that's got the specific bioactive collagen peptides in it. Some collagen, a bit like probiotics, don't survive the sort of digestive processes. So you need to make sure that if you're going to take a collagen supplement, that you take one that is going to survive that trip through the gastric juices and the digestive tract. Otherwise, it's kind of just adding to your amino acid pool. It will be used, but it won't be used specifically to help you with your skin and your joints. So just bear that in mind. Avoid stress as much as you can. I think that links to a healthy diet, that links to drinking enough water, because stress can be nutritional stress. It can be a lack of sleep, so make sure you try and prioritise your sleep. That's something that I really do need to prioritise. I've not been getting enough recently, and I'm feeling the effects of it. And I think that's pretty much it, really. I don't think there's anything else I can actually... Oh, the only other thing I would say is when you get out of the shower, this is also something I do, is when your skin is still damp, use an oil. So whether you buy like a bio oil or whether you make your own up through like almond oil or jojoba oil or grapeseed oil, and put a few drops of essential oils in, things like lavender and geranium go really nicely. Mei Chang and orange, I think, go really nicely. And carrot oil, you can make your own blends up at home, but the secret with that is putting them on your skin while it's still damp, because it helps your skin to hold on to more water, which will obviously stop you drying out as well and getting too wrinkly. So I think that's pretty much it that I needed to say. But it is one of those things, unfortunately, when we hit the menopause, our skin really does take a battering. And the other thing I wanted to say, how on earth could I forget this? Workouts is the fact that you're detoxing regularly. When we're working out, we're not just sweating, we're pumping our cells, all of our cells, and including our skin, full of oxygenated blood. And oxygenated blood is full of nutrients, and as it's pumping around our body, it's taking away the toxins more quickly. It's stimulating our lymphatic system, which helps to get rid of sort of bagginess and puffiness, and it's also delivering those nutrients to the cells of all of our body, not just the internal cells, our skin as well. So bear that in mind. It does have a positive effect on your skin, as well as obviously muscles and heart health and stress and sleep and stuff like that. So thank you so much for joining me. And if you want me to focus on anything specific for a future Menopause Monday, I'd be happy to. Just leave me a comment in either underneath the video or send me a private message and I'll make sure to include it. There are so many different symptoms of menopause. So I've covered quite a few already. You'll find them on my IGTV. They're on my YouTube channel. So have a look at those. And if you want me to discuss anything specific in future episodes, please get in touch. So thank you for your time, and I hope that was helpful. I will catch you soon.